always doing stuff on the side, like
Yes.
always. I think even just because I get somewhat bored, like I need to have a lot going on. It's just like the way I work, and the content is like such a good pillar in my life now. Like if diving was taken away tomorrow, I'd just double down on content.
Really?
Yeah.
What content do you think you do?
I'd have to have a sit down and have a strategic plan about
Yeah, man.
about my next pivot. But
Yeah.
as a whole, adventure content, travel content, I like doing that stuff. But they're things I've found while I'm training. I think you're prepared to leave sport your whole career. You should always be building things on the side.
But the coolest thing, I listened to the podcast that you did with Coops actually this morning.
He's the man.
He's the man. Yeah, it was a great chat. And I think you must have been 18 at the time.
Was that on his?
It was on his.
Oh shit, that would have been
It was
a long time. That was
2020.
before I was an Olympian or anything.
Mate, it was
a long
so,
time
you were
ago.
early, and it was so cool to see because you had your straw business, like
Yeah.
you were trialing different things, you were doing social media, and I was like, that's a cool thing. I was like, this guy's like, he's working his way, he's on his journey, he's figuring things out, he's trying what he doesn't like. Because mate, figuring out what you don't want to do is just as important as figuring out what you want to do. Like when you finish your diving career, you're gonna be like, I tried all these things, and like to be honest, you might not enjoy them. Like you might, like for me, I was like, oh, I want to have a cafe. I want to own a cafe one day. I remember I worked in a coffee shop, and I was like, I don't want to make coffees all day. Like, but for me, it was the idea of talking to people and interacting. I love being around people, and so, and now I get to do that for the
And there's
podcast.
more than one way up the mountain. Like you like
Exactly.
talking to people. Who would have thought? Especially podcasting 5-6 years ago. Like
100%. And like, and you said like you even off air, like you're happy to settle in and do this. Like you're figuring it out. You know, it's cool to see.